Their texts many of us would deem suspicious, but one Toronto woman says scammers stole her phone number and were able to access some of her most vulnerable information because she ignored that message. It was this text that Samantha Burnett got last Saturday from an unknown number, telling her that her cell phone provider received a request to transfer her telephone number to another service provider, also including a phone number for her to call if she didn't authorize the request.
It looked like a scam from the beginning, and I didn't think anything of it. And then within 2 hours, I had no cell phone service on my phone.
Samantha says she quickly called Rogers, alerting them to what had happened, and began the process of getting her phone number back, realizing she had fallen victim to a scam. So she began changing passwords, and 2 hours later realized her personal information was already in the hands of fraudsters.
They now had my number, so they could get into both email accounts. And then from there, they were able to go into my Amazon account, and they were able to process orders on Amazon. So they were able to, they signed up for Prime, and they ordered $800 worth of PlayStation 4 systems. Rogers,
who is the parent company of CityNews, says, quote, "We take protecting our customers' personal information very seriously. And as fraudsters evolve their tactics, we work with other carriers to continually strengthen processes to prevent unauthorized porting, including new protections put in place this past fall."
Just sending me a text message that I need to respond to in 10 minutes, that is very unrealistic. But in talking to them, their hands are tied based on the competition rules within the telecommunications industry.
This is a type of scam that can target anyone, including 20-year telecommunications expert Niraj Kumar, who received the same text a few months ago.
The intention is always to do some kind of fraud associated with it, right? Mm-hmm. And this becomes more tricky because for last few years now, the phone number is your primarily two-factor authentication. This being used as that, right, in most of the places. And that makes this kind of fraud more severe as compared to, let's say, the credit card fraud.
Phone porting, a process where people want to change providers with the same phone number, has been around for more than a decade. But this is an industry-wide issue that all major telecommunications companies have been dealing with. The Authority on Wireless Issues in this country says they are continually strengthening safety measures to respond to these scams. Quote, "In many cases, fraudsters obtain the personal information required to enable a number port in a variety of ways, including phishing campaigns, acquiring personal information from the dark web, or buying it from organized criminals. Sometimes they directly socially engineer the victim, or they have a personal relationship with the target with access to their personal information." Kumar adds that more protections are needed for Canadians, but says there are things consumers can do in the meantime and call their cell phone providers to ask what measures are available.
For example, they can put a passcode on their account. So for any transaction or even for any query on your account, you have to first provide that passcode.
Now, Samantha does have her phone number back, and she was able to stop the Amazon order from being processed. That was actually supposed to be delivered to an address here in the city. She says she's also filed a report with Toronto police.